And what did you do in Afghanistan? What was your...
Fortunately, when you the threat of chemical warfare is not as prevalent today as it was, in the previous wars. So I think maybe when they first went to Iraq and there was a whole threat of weapons of mass destruction, that was big. But when you go to Afghanistan in 2006, it's not that big of an issue anymore. Yeah, you gotta be prepared all the time, but it's not that big. So I wasn't really doing that. What I did do, I worked with some of the local, the Iraqi nationals, Afghani nationals.
Uh-huh.
We would, because they try to employ them as much as possible. So they come, we pick them up from the entry control point, and they do.
I'm sorry, which?
Entry control, where you come on base.
Oh yeah.
Where you come onto the, and they did, like, they picked up trash, but I worked with the carpenters. They go around, because you live in little huts, so they have to build up stuff, build beds and build doors and stuff like that. I kind of volunteered for it, because I wanted to see what they were like. You hear all those things, and you think they're all terrorists, I guess. But I don't believe that, So I wanted to see what they were like. And that in itself was interesting. Because in every bunch, there's good and the bad. So, that was interesting.
Do you remember one person in particular?
Yeah, I remember a lot of them. Okay. I have pictures, I have videos. They were all, most of them were pretty nice. I tell you what, the Afghani men, they're a little more, from my experience, they're not as bad as the Iraqi men that I came in contact with. They didn't, although they don't like a female telling them what to do, they didn't try to fight you. They were more like, you know what, I guess they understand. I'm here to do a job, and their culture is different from ours, so I guess a female could tell you what to do, and that's fine. It's weird. In my deployments, I think I was more scared of the American soldiers than the Iraqi or Afghani men.
Talk about that.
I guess sexual assault and sexual harassment in the military nowadays it's pretty out there, and I don't know if the deployment is frequent deployments is the reason for it, but yeah, you get a lot of that, and I've had my share of it. So both stateside and while deployed. So to me, the Afghani men while in Afghanistan the first time, they were not a threat. They were always nice. First off, they're nice to you because they want you to give them stuff. The nicer they are to you, the nicer you are to them. So they would ask you for something. Oh, can I have your shoes? And because they're nice, you're more likely to say, sure, I got 3, I'll give you 1. But they'll learn that pretty soon, that if they're nice to you, you're gonna be nice to them. So they were not very hostile for when I worked with them. Actually, they were very nice. They always bought you gifts. They always when they see you, it don't matter who they with, they would call out to you. They remember your name. That was to me my best deployment. That despite the military soldiers who were not so nice,